What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian Mello with Marty's Buick GMC and Chevrolet, and in today's video, we'll be discussing GM's new evil way of forcing consumers to buy OnStar for a whopping $1,500. And how unfair it is. So let's get into it. Alright, so honestly, I had no intentions of making a video about this because I really didn't think it was that big of a deal, all things considered these days, but I keep seeing the headlines all over the place about how GM is forcing their customers to buy OnStar for $1,500. And people are, of course, hitting the comment section on these articles talking about how I'm never going to buy another GM vehicle again because of this. I'm going to go buy a Ford now. I'm going to buy a Ram now. I'm going to go buy a Honda Ridgeline. Yikes. All because GM is evil and unfair, etc. So I think it's time I clear the air just a bit. Now, before I give you all my opinion on this, I'll be the first to admit that as a consumer, I am not a huge fan of price increases. Obviously. When I buy a new truck, I make my decisions the exact same way most of you do. But I do think that this OnStar news that so many people are having a fit about, just a complete meltdown over, I think it's been way overblown. I'm sure some of you will disagree with me, maybe even most of you, which is totally fine. But let me explain my thoughts on this. First, how many of you have seen the news about Ford's recent price increases? Any of you? Ford's gas trucks have seen quite the bump. In fact, a friend of mine who was shopping for a new Raptor recently noticed that the exact same build a year ago had a $5,000 higher MSRP. Might have not even have been a full year, might have just been a few months. Or maybe you saw the recent MSRP increase on Ford's new Lightning of up to $8,500. Just a few months ago, Ram increased pricing across their Ranger trucks by up to $6,000. And of course, I'm not going to pretend like GM hasn't raised their prices either. I know back in May, there was a $1,000 increase pretty much across the board. And if you wanted to ball out and you wanted to load it up high country, you're looking at, I believe it was around a $4,000 price increase compared to the previous year. All that news is a total bummer, especially with rising inflation.
This sucks.
I get it, and I am right there with you. I can't express that enough. I am right there with you. But knowing this, I think we can all agree that all the manufacturers are increasing their prices, right? All of them. It's happening everywhere. It doesn't even matter if it's a Toyota, Ford, or Ram. It doesn't matter. I think we can also agree that there's nothing more frustrating than having to pay more for the exact same thing that cost us less just a few months ago. Once again, I may be in the industry, but I'm a consumer just like you watching. Now, as we enter the fall and winter, there's little doubt in my mind that manufacturers are going to be increasing pricing again. We've already seen it from Ford, and now we're seeing it with GM with this new OnStar program. But here's the major difference, though. When it comes to Ford or Ram or anyone else, what more are you getting from them with their price increase? Anything? Are you getting anything at all? The answer is no. You're just paying more money for the exact same thing. Like it or not, at least with GM using OnStar as a way to increase their price, you're actually getting something out of it. You're getting a 4G Wi-Fi hotspot built into your vehicle. So maybe you can actually decrease your data plan with your wireless carrier to save some money there. You're getting the remote connect from your phone, which honestly is probably my favorite feature. You can remote start from your phone. It's cool, especially if you're like me, you live in New England, wake up in the morning, grab your phone, you can just start your truck right from your nightstand. It's pretty cool. You're getting on-demand diagnostics. You're getting vehicle status, connected navigation with real-time traffic info, Amazon Alexa, access to any applications that require a data connection through your touchscreen, like Spotify, audiobooks, etc., as well as like the roadside assistance, stolen vehicle assistance, the OnStar Guardian app, a whole bunch more. Contrary to popular belief, OnStar isn't just simply a crash response service. Those days have been just long gone for a while now. I always see those comments. I can just dial 911 myself. That's not all it is. And sure, maybe you don't care about any of the things I mentioned. I get it. But GM could have just raised the MSRPs and given their consumers nothing but a higher MSRP. So if you do end up with a new GMC with OnStar's connected services, make sure you know what you're getting and actually use it, because believe it or not, you might actually find some value in it if you actually give it a shot. Now, I think the big mistake that GM made was to have the OnStar listed as an option on the window sticker instead of just making it standard equipment across their lineup and making sure when a customer buys a new GM vehicle, they're shown all of the value that an OnStar connection can provide. I think if they had done that, the backlash would have been much less. Honestly, I don't even think anyone would have batted an eye. I don't see nearly the backlash for all the other markups and all the other price increases, but maybe that's just me. I'm generally a glass half full kind of guy, so I'm honestly hoping that with GM placing a stronger focus on OnStar, that it allows them to invest more money into it in order to enhance the system even more and in turn provide even more value to their customers. After all, in the end, GM isn't trying to make customers mad. They're trying to find a way to create a system that is so beneficial to them that they become customers for life. That's the end goal, not to make you hate them because of OnStar. So we'll just have to wait and see how it all goes as we move forward into this more software and systems-focused automotive environment that we're going into. But either way, whether we all like it or not, prices are going to continue to go up because they just always go up. But if they're going to go up, I'd like at least to get a little bit more for my money. You guys are going to, I mean, some of you might not find this as crazy, but I actually found the window sticker for my 14 Sierra All-Terrain SLT double cab, and it was something like $46,000. Of course, you can't get that configuration anymore, but a similar build now is close to 60 grand, which is just wild to think about. So, you know, the prices are going to keep going up, but just think at least you're going to get more for your money by getting a new GM vehicle with OnStar. Maybe you agree with me, maybe you don't. I'm sure a lot of you don't, which is totally fine. But that's all I have for you guys today. If you made it this far in the video, if you could do me a huge favor, whether you agree with me or not, I'm sure you know what I'm going to ask. If you just smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already for fresh General Motors related news and content every single week. I should have a really cool 2022 SLT refresh video coming this week, so tune in for that. Be sure to check out my friends over at gmpartsdepartment.com for all your GM OEM parts needs, and I will catch you all in the very next video. Thanks again for watching, guys, and have a great rest of your week. Take care.